The Bay Area's rock station, 107.7 The Bone.
The first thing I wanted to ask you about is the stage show. Obviously, you guys have a history of throwing rotted meat and bloody stuff out at the crowd, but I hear you're having a hard time with that in the U.S. They're not all allowing it.
I mean, U.S. in general is far less liberal than Europe, that's for sure. But we're getting more complaints about it over here, but we don't do anything less of it, you know. So the only thing that we had to compromise a bit on is the fire part, because especially here in California, it's like out of the question, and we always have lots of pyro stuff. And I think it seems that Great White show, whatever.
Well, that was in Rhode Island, though.
Yeah, but
still,
apparently,
everybody. Yeah.
So that's the only thing that we sadly have to take out of the show, and I don't know. We just have to bring the fire on our own, you know. It's not that hard task, anyway.
So otherwise, it's the exact same show. You don't change the set list. You don't change anything else that you would do.
No, the only thing we adapted now is the set list a bit, because we have another guitarist. Mm-hmm. So we finally got to bring over a whole lineup. We always have problems because of criminal records and shit, but this time around we left our real second guitarist at home and brought Selim from Devil's Blood, who is doing guitar now. So it's like it's a
Is
big
this
lot
different
of
than
just-
last time? Because you usually bring a different touring guitar player, right?
Yeah, well, the thing is that up till this tour, we've always had to compromise in some way. I won't bother you with all the different ways we have done it, but I've been playing guitar, I've been playing bass, I've been playing drums. You know, it's like it's been messy. So finally, we can do it the same way we do it back home. You know, with the real lineups.
So this is much more relaxing for you to have this lineup.
Yeah, the word relaxing seems a bit far-fetched in relation to a Watain concert, but yeah, I guess you could say that.
More comfortable.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. So with the new album, I was curious, like, what was the general inspiration for the album, and more specifically, the song "Kiss 'Em Death"?
Well, first things first.
Yes.
No, but I think that the inspiration for all this darkness was finally, I would say, we drew 90% of all the inspiration from ourselves, you know, and we sort of turned the focus inwards, you know, into the Temple of Watain that we, after all, has been around now for 13 years. So I think we got to a point when we were like, okay, we've been around, or we've been doing this for enough long time to be able to draw things only from ourselves, you know, instead of like, how to say, like being inspired by new albums that you hear or whatever. We really we put a lot of effort into like shutting everything else out and like, okay, what is it we want to do, you know? How would it sound if we hadn't never heard any other music whatsoever?
Were you somewhat isolated when you wrote the album?
Yeah, to say the least. I moved up into the north of Sweden for 2 years, and yeah, that's isolation.
Especially in the wintertime.
Yeah. And I had like a 6-hour train ride down to the rehearsal place that I did every weekend. Like, and then I was writing in the weeks. So yeah, I think that had a lot to do with it. Actually, now when you say it, yeah, it helped a lot, you know. Instead of being in like a city environment and going to a lot of shows and so on, it was very desolate and very, yeah, I had a lot of time to...
You weren't bombarded by the news and a lot of people and what's going on in their lives.
Pretty much. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was very rewarding to like shut everything out, and it helped the album being far more personal, you know, than anything else we ever done. So.
And specifically the song "Kiss 'Em Death."
Yeah. It was the last lyric that I finished for the album. I finished it in the studio, and I think I always had a sort of very intimate and a loving relation with death. And since as long as I can remember. And it's not really about the evil Grim Reaper death that you read about in the Cannibal Corpse songs, you know, but I have a genuine, I feel a bit sometimes like, imagine if you had been away from home your whole life, but a part of you still remember what that home is like, and you always feel like you want to go back there somehow, you know, and you know that you will someday. Then you'd probably be able to write pretty passionate songs about that home place, and that's sort of what I felt when I wrote that lyric. And it's about, I think, a yearning that you can find within every man and woman, the yearning to explore the unknown and not having the horizon just as an horizon, but actually getting there and seeing what is there, even though you're not meant to, you know.
107.7 The Bone.
Streaming online at 1077thebone.com.